Hello viewers, this is Fida Hussain. Right now we are in Kankudia, which is one of the most busiest place in summer because of the flow of tourists in this place, and many mountain peaks existing here like G4, G5, G2, Balturukangdi, Siakangdi, Sunodam, Chongolisa, Metra Peak, Payu Peak. Lot of peaks are existing here. So in these seasons, different part of the world's tourists visit here to see these mountains, this beautiful nature. Right now with us. Right now we will talk the Spanish tourist who is with us, Mr. Alberto. Thank you very much for your time. What do you want to say about your experience? Is this your first visit, or are you coming before?
It is my first visit to Pakistan and to all the Baltoro Glacier, and it's just phenomenal. Great trekking, great people. I feel at home. Everyone is taking care of all of us, and the landscape and the mountains are just amazing, unbelievable, really phenomenal, unique experience. I would recommend it to everybody.
So why you recommend it everybody here?
I think it is, as you said, the one and only place in the world in which you can see 4,000 meter peaks, four peaks of 8,000 meters in just one place. It is also a good way to experience the culture of the people in the region. And for everybody that loves mountains, I think there is nothing like this. It is simply unique. And I came with my family, my wife, 3 boys, and all of them are enjoying it. All of them are simply impressed.
So what is the main fascinating thing of here for you?
The most fascinating thing it is the change since the very first villages, Skaru, Ascoli, and then going up all the glacier, seeing all the people going up and down, very fit people. It's very impressive. And also the diversity of languages and cultures you have in a very small place. I have to say that it's something I have not experienced in my life. And it's, for me, apart from the landscape, the culture, the people, and how do they relate to each other, and how diversity is valued here is simply amazing.
What did you learn from this culture?
Well, I learned, number one, there is a strong sense of pride by the people here in the region. The understanding of all the different languages that are happening in a very small, very small area. There are also, obviously, different areas of the history and the religious aspects of Pakistan and the region, and all the issues here in Pakistan you are facing with neighboring countries. So all of that history and how you as a country are growing, and how are you embracing tourism and trying to make the best out of it, I think it is just very unique.
So I hope you have visited many countries. So if my assumption is right, then how you differentiate between the behavior of their peoples, that regions, and here?
Yes. So I have been to North America. I have been to South America. I have been living in the U.S. I have been living in South America, in Brazil. I have been visiting many countries in Europe. I have been in Africa. And I have also been working in this part of the world, never been to Pakistan. The difference I see here is that the people are really welcoming and friendly. They really want to help, they really want to support, they are interested in what can we learn from them, and they are also interested in what you learn from us. And it's a very direct human interaction. Everyone is taking extremely good care of us, starting from our guide, our assistant guide, also the chief cook, and all the crowd helping, with the food, all the different spices and different elements of the culinary aspects. All of that is really very different from everything I have experienced.
So if you talk about the challenges, so what was the main challenge remain for you while you were reaching here?
Yeah, well, the first challenge was, landing in Islamabad. It was very hot, so we managed to get into Skardu very quickly, and then, one of the challenges obviously is the understanding on the languages, but very quickly, regardless the language barrier, you see that people want to relate and to connect, and that was not a difficult thing. At the very beginning, we also we told the chief cook that we like spicy, and then it ended up being very spicy. So we have to tell them, please, not so spicy. But in the end, I don't think there are so many barriers. I think it's a group of people with a very diverse background that simply want to stay in the outdoors, love the mountains, and that eliminates any barriers.
So, what the visa policy remained for you is was it easy or difficult?
The visa process.
Yeah, visa process.
No, it was not difficult. It was very straightforward. We contacted an agency in Spain, and they contacted an agency in Pakistan, and then we gave our data, and then everything was straightforward. We didn't have any problem at all. We also were not sure about the vaccination with COVID, but it was pretty straightforward. Getting into the country and going through the border control, very easy. And then all the logistics have been really, really good. So no problem.
So, how many time you got to get visa?
I applied, only once, and we get the visa as a tourist, as a trekker, and that was for the whole family, so it was all right.
Okay, so coming to the global issue, global warming is a world issue. So, do you see any global warming signs here?
Yes, well, it's my first time here in the Val Toro region, right? And everything I have heard from everybody is that, yes, it's very noticeable how the glacier has been changing, the reduction in the length, also the weather patterns. I have sent photos today to my friends in Spain, and they were very surprised because they were asking, okay, but are you truly in Concordia? And we were short leaves and it was very warm. So for them, it was also a surprise. So we see symptoms of that. We see the glaciers melting, and definitely that's very, very relevant here and very visible.
So, you mean it will be any disaster signs here?
Well, not disaster. I don't think it is disaster, but over time, definitely we can see more glaciers melting and potentially more floodings. So, I would say the people taking care of all the regions should actually be thinking about that.
Okay. Last but not least, finally, my question is: when you go back to Skardu, if you pointed out some weaknesses, so what do you want to point out on weakness about the tourism?
Yeah, well, I think Skardu is very welcoming. We have found a lot of hotels, we have found a lot of guest houses, and those are really working very well. It's always difficult to manage a big influx of tourists and keep everything clean and nice. If there is only one thing I would say is try to keep everything clean and nice as much as you can.
You found clean?
Yeah.
Yes. In the way?
Yeah, the streets and everything. It's difficult, but honestly, I think with a little bit of effort and good thinking, it can be done. Landing in the airport, it's always a good symptom of the city, and obviously the airport is a difficult airport because it's very small and it's very complicated to get in. But then the whole process in the airport was very smooth. And the last part I would say is that keeping the roads in the best possible condition is also an important aspect. Understanding that it is very complicated because of the landscape and because of the rainy season.
Yeah. About the sanitation system, you satisfied?
Yeah, well, I'm satisfied in the sense that when we come to a country, we just need to experience what the reality of the country is. And you could say, well, coming from Spain or coming from Europe, you could ask for more things. But the reality is that I would say it's sanitization has been working well. If there is something that can be done better, that should be done. For example, tap water being drinkable water, that would be very nice. That also takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort and a lot of money.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Alberto. We excitedly waiting for your feedback on this note about his thoughts and his opinions. We also request you to subscribe our channel Voice of Karakoram. We will bring you a lot of interviews from the mountains, from the valleys, from all of the regions, from all of the field of life. So stay tuned with us. Thank you very much. Fida Hussain.
Thank you.